What's up, y'all? We are about to go over your most valuable personal development tools. It's 7 tools that I've found throughout the time that I've been working on personal developments. Hard since college, but throughout my whole lifetime. But there's 7 tools that I really want to be able to share with you that I feel like will be useful to you, depending on where you are in your life, where you're trying to go, what your goals are. You can use one of these 7 tools to be able to get where you gotta go. And so I'm going to make this a little bit bigger so that way you can see it. And then we're going to go over the tools together. So I want to start doing more of these recorded videos. I know a lot of times when I'm doing a live videos inside of the group, it can be kind of choppy and breaking up, maybe because I'm out of the country or maybe because the internet isn't as powerful here. But I want to be able to get this information across to you. I want to be able to have it as clear as possible. So I'm going to do a lot more recorded videos. I can also do more of the videos versus doing live recording videos every week. I can do more recorded videos so I can put out more information regarding our 5 topics. This particular topic we're talking about today is about personal development. I take it super seriously because it's actually my full-time job. This is what I do most of the time. Everything else is really just like a side business, a side hustle. I spend most of my time and energy as far as developing myself and my mentality, and then that attracts everything else that I need for me to happen in the right timing. Alright, so I'm going to go over these 7. These 7 are just super saiyan ninja-like tools that can almost give you instant gratification, instant results if you use them in the right way at the right time. Okay? So the first one I'm going to talk about is affirmations. Affirmations is something that I think when I find myself at the lowest points and I need a reminder of who I am or what I can do, affirmations is probably one of the most powerful things. So yeah, with affirmations are definitely something that you want to be able to make sure you do over a long period of time. So I would say 21 days or more. It can be one affirmation, it can be multiple affirmations. And even when you start off with saying the affirmations, it may, feel stupid. It may, when it comes down to you saying it, you may not believe it yourself at first. But the point is that the more that you say it, the more feeling that you put behind it, the more emotion that you put behind it as far as achieving it, the more you actually start to believe it yourself. And you'll feel that belief getting stronger and stronger the more that you repetitively do it and say it out loud. And so when you're doing these affirmations, don't just read it. Like, you really want to speak it out loud and then speak it with feeling, with like conviction. Like this, you want to come from like, really, really deep down inside and find that desire, that deep desire that you really want this to happen. And like I said, even if you don't believe it at first, just keep doing it over and over and over every single day. And just do it with as much passion as possible, and eventually you'll start to feel that passion getting stronger and stronger, and those things will start to actually come to light. So affirmations is definitely a great tool that you can use for your personal development. Another tool that I like using is meditation, and there's so many different forms of meditation. Like I said, I'm not getting into the details with this video as far as how to do things and the best things I found. I can go over that in later videos though, but specifically with meditation, you just want to be able to find a meditation that works with your with basically your time frame, because you can have long meditations, you can have short meditations, and all of them work depending on how you do it. You can go through a traditional type of meditation, or you can do something that's just fluid and how you find that your body or mentality works. Whether the point is with meditation is you want to be able to go within. You want to be able to find certain answers or direction that you may be looking for, or even balance that you're looking for inside. You can go within and you can speak to your higher self, and you can find certain answers, or you can just connect with the universe as a whole and find certain guidance when you're able to use meditation in the right way and get yourself to a certain state of mind through certain type of meditations. And meditations can take you, it can be something simple that you want to solve, or it can take you as far as you want to go, like astral travels. If you want to go into different planets, different realms, meditation can really take you as far as you want to go when it comes down to you revealing a part of yourself that you didn't know was there, which is that you're everything and you're connected to everything. And so you can can actually find everything. There's no space, there's no time when it comes down to, you know, your spirit self, and meditation can really help you to travel to those destinations and you know, see things from a sky point of view. So I definitely love using meditations, certain meditations at different times of day. Also, another great tool is visualizations. You can use visualization sessions, like you can just sit and actually visualize whatever your goal is and just vividly bring it to mind, as vivid as possible, with all of the details and, you know, everything, where you can actually sit and visualize it and imagine that you already have it, that you're already there. Or you can use vision boards, which you actually take pictures of things and place them either on a board or on your computer or your phone. Just actually see your destination and always remind yourself that it's right there and that you're there with it, and that can help you to bring you to basically a vibration that you already have it. Because sometimes with the subconscious mind, it doesn't know the difference between something that's real and something that's not real. If you can almost trick your mind sometimes and make it feel like it's already happening, that you're already there, you've already achieved it, and that way it'll make it faster for you to be able to attract it and for it to come to you. So I definitely use visualization sessions a lot. With the visualization, you want to be able to put a lot of feeling behind that. You want to put a lot of emotion behind those visualizations. You want to feel like, you know, that you're, you know, that you can touch it, smell it, see it. You know, you really have to go really deep with your visualizations in order to make it happen. And then you also want to do that over and over and do it as much as possible. The more you do it, the more it become real to you, and you can actually put those right feelings behind it, and then that can also stay with you, and those things that actually happen. So I love using those as a tool as well. Self-hypnosis is definitely something that I've found over the last couple years, and it's not something that's very popular, but I definitely feel like it works to a certain extent. There's a lot of different ways that you can do self-hypnosis, and I think that when you're at certain points in your life, it can be helpful to a lot of people. So with self-hypnosis, there's like you can basically take an audio, and it can be your voice, it could be someone else's voice, but it's almost like, if you can think of like affirmations mixed with meditation, mixed with visualization, it's like a mixture of kind of like all of them together. But basically taking this recording, and this recording takes you to a certain state of mind, and takes you to a certain wavelength of your thinking. And self-hypnosis is usually used the best when you're going to sleep, or when you're in like a mid-sleep / consciousness awareness. And so when you have these, you know, these vocals playing in your head, they can usually hypnotize you in a way where it speaks to your subconscious mind without all of the heavy guards from the ego. And it speaks to you in a way where it makes you feel that these things are actually happening, or that you are actually already accomplishing these things. And so you definitely can have a bunch of positive affirmations audios playing into your mind, and it takes you to a certain state. And it's a really I mean, I learned about self-hypnosis from a mentor of mine, and it's really strategic the way they set it up, and the phases that they have to take you through when you're actually practicing hypnotism, or because there's a therapy, you can use this as therapy. And so it's really strategic the way it's set up to take you through certain stages, so that you can get around really blocking your ego that gets in the way a lot of times. And it's something that has to be done repetitiously as well. So you definitely have to do this, you know, at least 30 to 90 days for it to really, but you can do self-hypnosis on an array of different topics. I mean, there's so many different things that you can use self-hypnosis for. Like right now I'm using self-hypnosis for trading. There's a trading self-hypnosis CD that I use, and I'll do it usually when I first wake up. Like I said, you can do it when you go to sleep, when you wake up, but it has to be a certain like in between state of mind that your body is in, that your mind is in, that it works the best on. And so you can use self-hypnosis for all types of like phobias, or direct goals that you're trying to achieve, like for wealth or for health, or for, man, there's so many different things. You can just Google it if you want, and you can look up certain self-hypnosis CDs, and I would definitely recommend you just start off with one or two, buy it, and then if you really want to get into it, just start learning the phases of self-hypnosis, and then also record a CD of your own voice doing certain affirmations in certain tones. And so it gets really deep. You can definitely Google it yourself, or I can do another video that kind of goes into a little bit more detail about self-hypnosis. Number 5 is repetitive reading and applying. And I really can say sometimes I'll even myself take it really lightly if I read a certain subject. Like you might read something one time and you think you already know it. You know, of course, sometimes I think we can come off like, we know it all when we read something once or twice, but when it comes down to you really taking something serious and mastering it, and you really want to be able to make it a part of your life, you really have to read something over and over and over again, and not just read it. You want to be able to read it and then do it, and then read it and then do it. So instead of you reading it, and not ever taking any action, that's going to prolong your development as far as you being able to do it. But if you can read and then take, as much action as you can, and then go back and read, you'll get a different perspective, and you take, action again and you tweak it. The more you read and take action, you'll be able to tweak, your way to actually doing it perfectly, when you can do both of those at the same time. So, don't just read something one time, and then don't just read it and not do anything. Read it, do it, and then read it again, do it, and read it again, do it. You'll be able to master something really, really quickly, regardless of what that is. Mastering your mind, mastering a skill. I use this personal development tool in a lot of different aspects of my life. So that's definitely something that I use every single day. The next one is time freedom automations, and I put that down as a personal development because I really take that to heart with my life, and so I value my time, and I value just freedom in general, whether or not that's freedom of the mind, freedom emotionally, freedom, financing, freedom of time. All those things are incorporated into personal development to me, because you have to really, have to have a goal or a standard of your lifestyle on what you're looking to achieve in order to actually have that as value, or have your time and your freedom and hold that as value. You have to kind of already have that set up, like, I want my life to be able to, allow me to have time to be able to spend with my family when I want, or I want my life to be set up where it allows me to be able to wake up when I want to wake up and not on a certain time frame, or, certain things like that. So time freedom automations to me is, you have your life set up in a way where you don't have to be, rich already for you to be able to have some time freedom, or you have to make certain choices that allow your business to be able to run automatically. Whether or not you have to hire people, hire virtual assistants, or put certain technology together that's out there right now that can automate things. You want to be able to set those things up in your life as much as possible, where you can have things working outside of just using your own time to be able to make it happen. Like, instead of you working, and making money off your time, you want to be able to have other things in place that's making you money, that's bringing in income. And so I call that automation as much as possible. So whenever I'm setting up a business or I have a new idea, it might require a lot of work at first, to be able to get it started, but always in the back of my mind, I'm thinking of, how can I automate this as fast as possible, where I already have another leg of income that's coming in, or I have a business that's running, but it doesn't require me to be there 24/7. Because I know, starting businesses, or I've been there where, of course it's going to take up all of your time at first, but you want to be able to have a plan of automation where it can free you at some point, as far as your time is concerned. And so that's something that I always have in the back of my mind as far as development is concerned. Whatever I'm developing, again, it can be just time, it can be working out, whatever it is, you want to put it in a way where it doesn't have to take away from my mental. If I know I'm working, when I wake up in the morning, I'm going to work out, I'm going to do this at this time, and then throughout the day I'm doing this, then it kind of frees my time away from thinking about when I'm going to work out, which, that kind of gets me off balance, or if you're not structured in what you're trying to do. So time freedom, that's definitely takes some discipline for you to be able to set up, and then also to be able to have certain standards that you're looking for. Everybody's freedom and time looks differently, so that's something that you'll have to kind of think of and set up for your life. And then the last one I want to talk about is mentorship and coaching as a part of personal development. It's a huge way for you to be able to cut the learning curve on whatever you're trying to learn. So whether or not you're trying to get better in your life, you can hire a personal development coach or a mentor. If you're looking to get better in your business, or, with a certain trade, whatever it is, a certain skill, and you want to be able to cut that in half. And so instead of starting from ground zero and recreating a wheel, you can go and find a mentor or a coach that's where you want to be, or to have the results that you want to be able to achieve. And you want to be able to get in front of that person as much as possible, look over their shoulder, get the answers from them that they've already worked so hard to get. And so that way you don't have to start from ground zero. You can start from, 2, 3, 4 years to work and the information that that person has come across all that long time, you can actually just kind of jump from where they've started from. Now, of course, you won't be able to just, get their whole success right away. But the point is that you're able to get the information and hear from that person and be around that person and see what that lifestyle looks like, or see what that, success looks like and what it sounds like. And the more that you're around that and hearing that and seeing that, then that can start becoming a part of you when you're around those type of people. And so mentorship coaching, you can pay somebody for their time, or you can just show some type of value that you can provide for that person, where they're able to teach you what they know, when you're able to use certain skills or whatever value that you bring to the table. And it's so many different ways that you can get in front of a mentor or a coach that have the results that you want to get, so that you can learn faster within that niche or within that that part of your life. And so I definitely always use that as a part of my personal development. If I can find a coach, or sometimes they, either I find them when I'm searching or they run into me, I'm usually the person chasing them around. When it comes down to mentors or people who have results, I don't mind chasing them down, getting in their inbox, calling them, showing up where they at. Like, I'm chasing down the mentor. It's never been a time where, I'm going to make the mentor have to kind of reach out to me or prove themselves to me. It's just like I'm going after them to be able to get the information that I need. So mentorship and coaching is definitely something that's always on my personal development list. So these are the 7 most valuable personal development tools that I believe that you can use. I use them at different points in my life. Sometimes I use them all together. Sometimes, depending on the goal or the time frame that I'm trying to achieve it, or just certain things that I feel like I might be missing, or I need a click, I'll just choose one of these to be able to get to where I go. And this is what I do full time. I'm usually, if you catch me off the time that I'm on social media, or if I'm not working, I'm probably doing one of these things here. So hopefully that helps out somebody. If you have any questions, just leave a comment below. We can have a chat about any of these things, or if you want me to go into further detail about any of these, I'll definitely do some more videos here. So other than that, guys, I'll see you on the next one.